Alex, you put that gun down right now or nobody's going to unban you. How is YouTube going to unban you when you have a gun out on your desk right now? Calm down. As your media buyer, I have to advise you, you can't be doing this. Right? You can't be doing this. Hang on, Alex. 1 second. I gotta leave. Whew. Sorry about that, boys. Money's getting a little tight since we bought the $10 million studio. Cash flow is not flowing in quite like I thought. I guess I went a little ambitious with this crazy studio, so I apologize. I've been picking up some extra shifts. Don't hate a guy for where he works, please. Guys, today I want to talk about something that has nothing to do with old Jonesy. Today I want to talk about Jeff Bezos and the people taking advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Just One Scam. That's what I'm titling this video. Today we're talking about Just One Dime, which is a company selling another Amazon automation course. So we're going to decide, should you invest your money in this course? How should you think about this course, guys? Now, why am I qualified to tell you that, right? Am I some business expert, right? I mean, you decide. You decide. It's just basically me, Amazon, and Dan Locke, the top 3 businessmen of our era. And so I am qualified to talk about it, in case you're wondering. Absolutely, have very serious business skills that are not a joke. But we're just going to talk about common sense risk management, because let me tell you guys, everything this guy does is something that I like to call risk for thee, none for me, right? You want to stay away from these people. These people want to saddle you with all the problems if anything goes upside down, right? Because if investments go well, everyone's happy, obviously. Sometimes investments go well. Sometimes they don't. Now, what happens when things go sideways? The people who were in Stephen Mayer's course, if you saw my last video on Amazon automation, this guy ran off with $12 million. What are those people going to do? Right? The downside happened. What are they going to do? Well, you might say, Stephen, they'll just sue. Yeah, guess what Stephen Mayer's going to do? He's going to defend himself with the money that they paid him. They're in a lose-lose situation. They don't have any money because they already paid it to the scam. And now what are they going to do? They're going to try to get it back? How? He's going to fight them with their own money. So that's what you guys have to think about. What happens when things go bad? Pay attention to this, guys, because this guy's going to pretend like they're not like the other gurus. They're different. Let's listen in.
We will not sacrifice our credibility for money. It takes years to build the credibility we have compared to all the so-called gurus out there.
All right, stop right there. These people need to stop saying, I'm not like those other guys. I'm totally different. They all say that. Right? They all say that.
Who claim Amazon automation and all they want is an upfront fee, then they don't give a crap about you. Yet you can lose your reputation in 5 minutes.
But let's just start with that, right? Okay, no high fees upfront, scam because they're just trying to run away with the high fees. Well, let's see. What did Stephen Mayer charge? I think it was like $30,000. So what's this guy charging? He must be charging a lot less, right?
It is $10,000 fee per product.
Okay.
That does not include the cost of the product. You have to pay $10,000 per product, and you have to start with 3.
So it's $30,000.
So your minimum upfront investment is $30,000, no less.
So you just criticize people with high fees because you're like, oh yeah, they're just going to run away and they don't care about you. But then you're doing the exact same thing. But maybe I just don't understand how much money you're going to be making. I mean, you must be balling if you're going to put in $30K minimum plus product costs, maybe another $10K each, put you at $60K all in. So you must be making a lot of money. How much money are you making, Seth, here?
A conservative ROI. We've gone through the numbers so many times. A conservative ROI within 12 months is 200%.
Woo! 200%. Interesting. Okay, Seth, I'm listening.
Show me any real estate, any stocks, anyone out there, even for angel investors, who get an ROI like that with this low of a risk.
Now, what's he basing this off of? He says he ran the numbers, right? What's he basing this off of? I mean, is he making a guarantee?
Seth, can you give me a guarantee? No.
Okay.
Running the numbers, your minimum ROI is around 200%. Minimum.
Is that not a guarantee? Wait, does that sound like a guarantee to you guys?
Running the numbers, your minimum ROI is around 200%.
What
Running
numbers?
The numbers, your minimum
What numbers? Hey, what numbers?
running the numbers, your minimum ROI is around 200%. Minimum. 500%, 1,000%. Like that's minimum within a year, okay, which is insane.
That is insane.
Compare that to
Where are you getting that from, though?
Running the numbers.
Additionally, the chances of us failing at a product are so ridiculously slim, it's not even funny. For every 100 products I launch, 3 of them are not as profitable as I hoped. 3. So that puts you in a pretty ridiculously good case. Now let's just say worst case scenario, we launch 3, 1 of them fails, you still make money. Why? Because the success of the 2 more than makes up for the loss of the 1.
But Seth, that's not the worst case, baby. Hey, am I crazy, or is the worst case scenario that 3 of them fail, all 3, and then you're left with nothing?
Worst case scenario, we launch 3, 1 of them fails.
It's just not the worst case scenario. And like, so are you giving a money back guarantee? Are you so confident that you're giving a money back guarantee?
Seth, can you give me a guarantee? No.
So all of that's annoying, but that's not what really pissed me off. This is.
But that's just the beginning of the fees. Let me explain all of them to you. Talk about transparency. Here we go. 15% of total sales revenue due every 3 months goes to us.
Sales revenue, boys. He's taking 15% of your sales revenue.
And I'll explain why we don't do profit, and it's actually in your favor. It may not seem like that.
Oh, let's watch him do that mental gymnastics again, dude. It's like watching a gold medalist on the floor.
And I'll explain why we don't do profit, and it's actually in your favor. It may not seem like that. I will explain that in a minute.
Okay, did you guys just hear that? So not only is he charging $30,000, right, this guy, he says 200% minimum ROI, but if it doesn't happen, it's not on me. Then he goes, okay, I'm charging you 15% of your revenue, meaning if you're making no money, but you made $100,000 in sales, but you spent it all on product and margins and all this kind of stuff, PPC, guess what? You still have to pay him $15,000. That's right, gentlemen. Seth wants 15% of your money, even if you're making no money at all. And he says that's in your favor. He goes, I was going to do profit, but then I decided it's in your favor. Now, watch this, boys. This stuff drives me crazy.
How do you justify the 15% revenue share? This seems high. Is this negotiable? No, it is not negotiable. Let me explain why. We've been through this enough to know. Let me just give you an example. When we first started this program, we had the idea of doing a 30% net profit share. And I know up front, that sounds better.
It is better.
Because we don't make money unless you make money.
It's a terrible decision either way. 30% is way too much of your profits, but okay, it's better.
And I get that. And that was my original goal. But the more we did it, the more I realized this is a problem. Let me give you an example. Let's say we sell $100,000 worth of these. Let's just say your profit was $100,000 to keep it simple. When do we get our $30,000? Because back then it was $30,000 net. If we get it now, there's a problem because that means you have less money to buy the next batch, which means your per unit cost will be greater, which means your margins will be thinner.
Wait, stop. He says, I can't take away from your profits because then you wouldn't have enough money to invest. Seth, you beautiful idiot. Do you not understand that if you take away from the sales revenue, their margins will also be thinner? I mean, I don't know if this guy is willfully, well, I know it's willfully. He knows that taking away from revenue is way worse for the customer, but way better for him. And he knows that the margins are going to be affected either way. And his whole problem of when do we take the money? Well, the same question applies to when you take sales revenue. When you take it at the beginning before someone's profitable, you could just replace exactly what he said with sales revenue and it would make just as much sense. All of this is a big fat distraction from the truth, which is that there's no good reason for him to take from your sales revenue. Zero. But he wants to take from it anyway because it makes him more, say it with me, money. It makes him more money and he likes that. Like, seriously, it's so funny listening to this guy really struggle with the concept because he's basically saying, oh, yeah, I couldn't fathom taking away from your profits. That would be unfair. I mean, how could I do that to you? When he's planning to take away from your sales revenue, he could just do the same thing with the profits. Doesn't make any sense. Again, everything's for him to win, even if he doesn't do his job. Even if Sethy boy, if everything goes south because he screws up your store, does he lose? Does he not make his cash flow? No. He still makes it, baby. And it's funny because this is the guy who's saying 200% minimum ROI.
It is we ran a whole bunch of numbers.
Oh my God, Seth, enough with the numbers, sir.
And we are erring on the side of you making more than if it was a 30% net margin.
Come on, dude. Whoa, wait. Let's go back.
And we are erring on the side of you making more than if it was a 30% net margin.
You cannot believe that. There's no way you believe that.
It errs on that side. We've run it 100 times every way.
How? How have you run it 100 times, 100 different ways? Listen, it's actually very simple. All right. If you charge 15% sales revenue versus 30% profit, there's only one condition in which 30% net profit is worse for the customer than 15% net revenue. You want to know what it is? Here's what it is. If your profit margins are over 50%, which is great for the customer, they're making money, they're happy, then it's better for them if you're taking 30% revenue. So if it dips below that, let's say it gets to 30%, right? 30% profit margins. Guess what? Seth still takes his 15% cut, and now your profits have been halved. He's taking an effective 50% cut of your profits. So guess who it benefits? Again, this guy. All the while, he's trying to dupe you into believing that you're going to be making more money if you go this way. Look at him. I ran it 100 different ways. Oh, we've done it every way.
And we are erring on the side of you making more than if it was a 30% net margin. It errs on that side. We've run it 100 times every way.
He's done it every way, guys. He doesn't understand how the math works any other way. It doesn't make any sense. Guys, you have to understand that these people are not your friend. They're not doing it for the good of humanity, right? If they wanted to scale up their business, this guy's all about scaling up his business, then go take out a loan. That's what it's called. It's called a loan. Think about the following facts, okay? He's saying that you're virtually no risk, right? Because 97% of his products succeed. They're just as profitable as he thought they were. And he's also saying you have a minimum ROI of 200%, right? So that means that he could do the same thing with a store of his own, make 200% on his money. So let's say he goes out to a bank, right? He goes out to a bank, takes out a gigantic loan on 20% interest. If it's a minimum ROI of 200%, that's no big deal, right? Because he's still making money. He's making all of the profit. Instead, what he's saying, hey, I thought it was a better idea if I partner with you guys, partner with you small investors, where you take the majority of the cut. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on, I just want to add this part in. I'm editing this in post because I was watching the whole thing again, and I wanted to say one thing that this guy does right, okay? Which is that he says that if you don't have the money, don't join.
I don't want you sending me the last pieces of money you have and going broke. Don't do it.
I criticize gurus all the time about this. They always try to get everybody in. This guy, he says, if you don't have the money, don't join. I do like that. Respect for that. I think it's a terrible investment opportunity. That's just my opinion. I think this guy's protected himself from every single downside, all the while telling you that you need to risk every penny. Okay, that's what he's doing. But I'll say that at least he's not targeting poor people. So for that, you get a CoffeeZilla 1 star. The thing is, guys, is with all of these programs, you have to be thinking, what if it goes wrong? What if this guy who seems so charming, he's smiling at me, saying what a good guy he is, saying how much he cares about me. Oh, I care about you, buddy. You got to think, what if this guy is lying to you? What if he's not telling you the truth? What's your downside? They stick you with all the risk. They stick you with all the problems. They pretend to be so confident in their courses, but at the end of the day, when you dig down, can you get your money back? No, baby, no. If they fail, that's on you. Even if they kind of flounder, that's also on you because they'll take your sales revenue, dude. What a joke. Anyway, this is your daily reminder to not fall for the idiots, call the clowns out, and as always,
don't forget to smash like and subscribe. Thank you.
What do you get when you burn through your plastic stacks? A mouthful of money while your honey ends up hanging the cat. Broke, bust, never should have trusted that long-eyed lawyer with a lean on lust. Fool, failed, suckered